मतलब
लवास्ते,
लावास्ते?
लाश के वास्ते, लवास्ते.
Hi everyone, welcome to ReviewMagic, and today we'll be reviewing Lavaste. Now this is a Bollywood movie available on Z5. Stick around till the end of this review to know whether you should be watching this movie or not. Alright, so let's talk about the plot of this movie. So this movie has a Bachelor of Technology graduate who is under immense pressure by his family to get a stable job, to support them, and he moves to Mumbai from his village to look out for a new job, and his quest leads him to now find a job or land in a position where he is recovering dead bodies and then taking them to the funeral home. Now and then all the associated tragedy that comes with why are these people left alone and why has anyone not come forward to claim them. That's what surrounds the mood of Lavaste. So that is essentially what this story is. Now, when you talk about the review and analysis into Lavaste, so very early on, you see this person, the protagonist, when he's into this new job of covering dead bodies. The name of the business is Lash Ke Vaste. It is, which means in English is this is for dead bodies. And ultimately, the business changes its focus to Lavaste, a short version, which means that the company, instead of recovering the dead bodies, is now standing behind the people who are alone, who are orphans or who don't have their families that they think that will come and pay homage when the funeral happens. So there's a lot of tragedy involved in this. The plot is definitely touching, I would say. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a story that comes to my mind where I have seen where a protagonist or a bunch of people thinking about like why on earth would someone not come and recover a family's body or the family members are not there. So the social stigma around it, that is also showed in this movie. The trailer is strong. I mean, this is something that this movie also sends a message that no job is small or big. I mean, if you do it dutifully, because someone has to do this job. So a BTech graduate now trying to recover dead bodies. I mean, the movie doesn't get into how that person is going to justify his degree. Like, he's got technical skills, but now why is he recovering dead bodies? He did have a sales job for 6 months and he was fired. He had zero sales. So this BTech graduate now gets into sales of life insurance, and that doesn't happen. So then now he's getting a job which pays immensely well, but it is all about collecting these dead bodies. So I'm not really sure what's the point of showing a BTech, Bachelor of Technology graduate. They could have just shown an accounting graduate or someone. So maybe the director also wants to show that we've got plenty of BTech jobs, which India is a IT hub. There are zillion engineering colleges around it, but what's the value of them? But ultimately, maybe you want to just get into a job that you think is good. And it actually connects with the main protagonist. I mean, he slowly starts to feel very deep about what is going, because even the lady with whom he is staying, one day she dies and her family does not come to pay her a visit. So he has to do the funeral of this lady by himself. And every day it's just too much stress that's building on him. So very early you see the scenes like his family members that are trying to find him, and he's completely with long hair. He has no idea what's going on. He's completely transformed into unrecognizable person. But they find him, they take him to hospital, and slowly his memory comes back. And that's how the story unravels. But the story, even though the intent is good, I just feel that it fails miserably at the execution level. I mean, this literally, look at the story, you see who the actor is, you feel like there is going to be an interesting plot that will unravel, but it looks such a B-grade movie. And even though when you talk about the acting here, Omkar Kapoor, he's the lead actor who's also worked in Pyar Ka Panchnama. Manoj Joshi is there. He's a very seasoned actor in serials and comes in movies as well. Bijender Kala, he's great. the acting, especially in Omkara, was awful. I mean, it is overacting. The supporting actors are, as you start to scratch your head and you're sort of like, why on earth would they get these people? So there's too much of melodrama, unnecessary fluff in the story, and this story could have been made very good. I mean, Manoj Joshi and Vijendra Kala, they do a decent job to kind of build the momentum. I think the only person I feel is really good in this movie who does a very natural and seamless is Manoj Joshi. I mean, followed by Vijendra Kala. Omkar Kapoor could have done a much better job here. I just fail to understand why did he pick this movie. The topic is good, but just the execution, overacting is just immensely unbearable to watch. And I can't believe that I actually watched this movie because it was just a different topic, so it let me believe that, okay, let me just watch it. So under the direction of Sudesh Kanodia, I mean, this is a failure on his part, on end to end. You just can't think of a plot and just start to, create a narration around it. Like, why would he have, weird actors? The storyline is too stretched. It's a long movie. It could just be compressed into something very short. And then he also assumes that a lot of people don't have family members that will come when that person dies. I don't think that really happens. If there are people that are orphan, yes, I mean, they probably have no one to come and dispose the body. So the municipality in India, they would come and take care of the body, perform the final rites. But I think there is still a sizable chunk of people, parents, their kids. The kids may not be talking, but I feel like they would be coming, especially during the last day when that's the day when you're seeing the person the last time. So I feel it's a little bit construed. And then what is interesting is that at the end, when I spoke earlier that Lash Ke Vaste transforms into Lavaste, a business which will have a monthly subscription. Now it becomes a full-fledged business model, and the main protagonist, who is Omkar Kapoor, he himself doesn't have time for his family now. So the whole gist, the irony of this film is that you're showcasing a problem, but in the quest to solve the problem, you're actually creating another problem. You are forgetting the fundamentals, the basics. Like when your mom or dad calls you, take the phone immediately, call them, don't forget about them. And that also is shown in this movie. I'm not sure why it is. Maybe it's also trying to show that when you're trying to go too far, you should always stay low to the ground, be humble and modest. So I think it's just a little mismanaged, disorganized kind of direction, according to me. And some of these things just don't make sense to me, except that the intent behind is noble, and it is all about like someone out there needs help. If he's orphan, let's maybe think of that as that is also a human being, even if they are orphaned. So now, ultimately, should you watch it? I personally would say that, go and avoid this particular movie. I don't think you need to sit for 2 hours to watch Lavaste. I mean, there could have been a much better movie that could have come out from this particular unit, but you can tell that they didn't have enough resources. There was entirely no marketing spent on this. It's only, I watched it, enthusiasm. I saw it. I saw the trailer. The title was intriguing, but that's about it. There's not much buzz created around it. So I'm just going to give it 3 out of 10, guys. So if you want to give any comment, please mention below. You want to like my channel, please give a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. But I'll be here giving you more unbiased opinions about movies, reviews. So stick around with Review Magic. Bye bye.